Innovative restoration. Venice Banksy's Migrant Child mural rescued. Boldly confronting cultural decay, the centuries-old dilemma of preserving street art takes center stage in Venice. An iconic Banksy mural known as Migrant Child has been delicately removed from the facade of a 17th century palazzo as part of an innovative project aimed at rescuing and reviving a fading masterpiece. The mural, which features a young child gripping a flare and wearing a life vest, a poignant commentary on the global refugee crisis, was originally sprayed onto the wall of the Palazzo San Pantalon in 2019. This lavish three-story residence, located along a quiet canal in Venice's Santa Croce district, proudly holds the distinction of displaying one of only 2 artworks in Italy officially credited to Banksy. Yet, 6 long years of exposure to the elements had taken their toll, causing significant fading and deterioration, with roughly 1/3 of the piece suffering severe damage. In a daring nighttime operation that could easily spark debate, restorers worked from a barge while concealed behind a tarpaulin to excise and remove the section of wall bearing the artwork. This procedure, funded by the banking group Banca Ifis, the current owner of the palazzo, is being hailed as a breakthrough, marking the first instance of such a technique being employed in Italy. Utilizing a combination of angle grinders and hand tools after carefully cleaning and stabilizing the surface, the dedicated team detached the slab from the historical building and crated it for transport by boat. But here's where it gets controversial. Was the extreme nature of this intervention the best approach to preserve a piece that is already transformed into a dynamic part of the Venice streetscape? The future of Migrant Child now rests in the hands of restoration experts, with Federico Borgogni at the helm of the analysis and repair process. Borgogni is no stranger to such challenges, having supervised the 2021 removal of Banksy's Achu from a Bristol residence. In the restoration process, irreparable sections will be meticulously cut away, and the remaining wall fragment will be mounted on a honeycomb support structure. This innovative method allows missing portions to be carefully filled in with stucco and artistically blended with new color, effectively reintegrating the image into its former glory. A spokesperson for Banca Ifis noted that the lower part of the mural, which had suffered extensive damage from constant water exposure, will not be restored. It is so ruined that completely recreating that section would essentially be starting over, and that is not our intention, the spokesperson explained. In line with their commitment to cultural enrichment, the bank intends to showcase the restored artwork as part of free cultural events organized by its cultural initiative, Ifis Art. The final decision on whether the piece will return to its original location in the palazzo or be exhibited in an alternative setting is still under careful evaluation. In 2023, Italy's Ministry of Culture announced that Migrant Child would undergo restoration by Banca Ifis, a decision that ignited a spirited debate about whether such artworks should be preserved at all costs or allowed to naturally decay in their original urban context. The following year, Banca Ifis acquired Palazzo San Pantalon and further commissioned Zaha Hadid Architects for the building's comprehensive restoration, with plans to eventually transform it into a contemporary art exhibition space that aligns with the renowned Venice Biennale. And this is the part most people miss. Where do we draw the line between preserving cultural heritage and allowing art to evolve with its environment? We invite you to share your thoughts. Do you see this as a necessary evolution or a risky intervention that strips away the gritty authenticity of urban art? Banksy's Venice mural, restored or ruined? The Migrant Child controversy. Imagine a striking piece of street art slowly eroding away, capturing the harsh realities of migration, only for authorities to step in and spark a heated argument about whether it should be saved at all. That's exactly what's happened with Banksy's Migrant Child mural in Venice, pulling in everyone from art lovers to activists into a debate that's far from settled. This mural, created by the mysterious British artist Banksy, popped up unexpectedly on the side of the Palazzo San Pantalon back in 2019 during the Venice Biennale, a major international art event. The image shows a young child wearing a life jacket and holding a pink smoke flare, symbolizing the dangers and hopes of migrants crossing the sea. Banksy later confirmed it was his work, turning this quiet spot along the Rio de San Pantalon Canal into a must-see attraction for tourists. For beginners, think of it like a powerful visual story that uses simple elements to highlight big issues, such as the human side of migration crises we've seen in news stories about people fleeing war or poverty. Fast forward to 2023, and the mural was showing signs of wear and tear from Venice's dip environment. Water damage and salt buildup were chipping away at the paint, making it look faded and fragile. That's when Italy's culture ministry suggested restoring it, an idea that didn't sit well with many. But here's where it gets controversial. Some people believe that street art, especially Banksy's, is meant to be temporary, like a message written in the sand that washes away with time. For instance, Banksy's other works around the world have often been left to decay, emphasizing themes of impermanence and societal neglect. Critics, including fellow street artist Evie Reen, voiced strong objections. Evie Reen pointed out that Banksy probably knew his piece wouldn't last when he put it up near the water, suggesting that restoring it messes with the artwork's original intent. Others called for involving Banksy or the local community before making any changes, arguing that the deterioration itself adds to the meaning. It's like the mural is mirroring the fleeting nature of the migrant's journey. And this is the part most people miss. By trying to preserve it, we might be stripping away the very essence that makes street art so raw and authentic. Despite these concerns, the restoration went ahead. Late one Wednesday night, a team led by conservation expert Federico Borgoni carefully removed a chunk of the wall where the mural was painted. The funding came from Banca Ifis, a local bank that's big on supporting art and culture initiatives. They mentioned consulting with folks connected to Banksy, but there's no confirmation that they got his direct okay, adding another layer of intrigue to the story. The bank plans to showcase the restored piece at some free events down the line, though details like when and how much it cost are still under wraps. Now, here's something that might surprise you. This mural didn't even qualify for official state protection in Italy, which usually only kicks in for artworks that are over 70 years old. Yet it got special treatment, thanks to pushes from Venice's mayor and the president of the Veneto region. Culture Ministry official Vittorio Sgarbi even took credit for getting the funds, saying it's his duty to safeguard contemporary art, regardless of the artist's input or whether they're alive. But this raises a key question. Is intervening in modern pieces like this always the right call? Or does it sometimes change what the art is trying to say? In the end, whether Banksy's Migrant Child needed this rescue or was better off fading into memory is still up for grabs. Some see restoration as a way to keep important messages alive for future generations, while others view it as overstepping boundaries and altering the artist's vision. What about you? Do you think street art should be preserved like a museum piece? Or is its temporary nature part of the charm? I'd love to hear your take. Jump into the comments and let's discuss this controversial side of art conservation.